Now, this is shocking. Here with me are 5 lies about money that you are told. And guess what? That's not the problem. The problem is that you still hold on to them. You still believe that is the truth, what you are told about money. And guess what is happening? That's still not the problem. The problem is that it's really affecting your life. You're really trying to stretch. You're really trying to progress. But the beliefs and understanding that you have about the money is actually limiting you from achieving the ultimate goal that you're looking forward into. And that is exactly what I'm going to share with you. Guess what? This board with me here, I'm going to utilize the point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So guess what? Just have the patience, okay? By the way, making money is one of the things that you need is patience. So if you cannot be managed to watch this video to the end, then you have an issue. All right. So anyway, guess what? I'm going to share with you from point number 1 to the last point. The only thing that I want you to do is to just relax. All right. And hit the like video and also subscribe. There is a small button on the right called or says subscribe. It is in black. Hit that magical button. By the way, it doesn't cost you anything. And once you do that, you'll be notified whenever I upload another new good video, because I do so each and every day talking about cash. Anyway, let's get into the business now. Here we are. Now, here are 5 shocking lies about money that you are told and you hold them on to. Let's go to the lie number 1. The lie number 1, it is the most popular one. You're right. You guessed it right. It's actually savings will make you rich. Savings will make you rich. Savings will make you rich. You know, you hold on to whatever. Guys, can you be able to read that anyway? I'll do a bigger font anyway. The point is that savings will make you rich. That's what you believe. That's what you cling on to. You know, when you are grow. See, if you come from Africa, you can relate to this. Probably we are the generation that we're gonna break the poverty thing. And most of us were never brought up in a quite of a wealthy family. So we used to see our parents like struggling and trying to, you know, sort of minimize that what they are getting. And I remember they used to tell us that money does not grow on trees. And you know what? The moment you get money, make sure that you save. Don't eat everything. That is the only way you achieve the financial freedom. Save, save, save. Make sure that you save. Go to school, read, get good grades, and once you get employed, save, save, my friend, save, save. See, the name saving, to a point whereby there was a fear that we got into ourselves. So that fear of just savings, and then you tell somebody, hey, and then here I come as good Jeff and I tell you, now let's invest. You're like, oh my goodness, I'm so much shocked. I'm worried. I don't even know. How can I even invest? I'm worried. I don't want to lose my money. I don't want to do this. This is the dear money that I have. And you see, when you operate under the scope of fear, you fear to invest. You get what? Because you bought this idea from the parents, you know, money does not grow on trees and all those kind of things. So you bought that fear of saving to a point whereby they never told you, hey, once you save, invest. No, they just told you to save and save and save and save. And then you believe by virtue of you savings, you're going to be wealthy. You ain't going to be wealthy. That's for a fact. We do not have any track records of somebody who became wealthy by virtue of savings. And don't dare use that example of that janitor who saved a couple of millions, but they died older. That's not the point. The point is you cannot only save and become wealthy. What we save is to raise the capital. Once you raise the capital, you channel that money towards an investment so that the investment can make you extra income, and also you can as well continue saving. Now you'll be having 2 sources of income, where you are employed and where the business is operating from. So do not fear to invest. Yeah, I know. I'll repeat again. And I know you've been watching me for the last 2 years and you still watch me. You've never taken any action. I talk about money market fund. You don't take actions. I talk about treasury bills, bonds, normal businesses, whatever. You don't take actions. You keep on coming here and watching me again and again and again and again. You don't, because one thing, you operate under fear. You are paranoid about life. Yeah, I understand you're supposed to be a little bit paranoid, but you're supposed to take action. Remember one thing, even the Bible says that faith without action is absolutely. You're supposed to take action out there. And let me tell you one secret. Motivation will never make anything happen. They always say success is 2% motivation and 98% perspiration. So you have to get yourself out there so that you can take an action, so that you can be able to progress. All right? So do not have this understanding that savings will make. By the way, you can save and still be poor. Absolutely true. You can save and still be what? You can save and still be poor. Shake off that character. And I'm not saying people should not save. No, you should save on the basis of investing. And the moment you reach a particular amount of money, go ahead and invest that amount of money. Do not fear. Damn, don't be like that guy who was given some few talents and they buried them in the sun and such kind of a thing. So don't do that. Go out there and utilize it. That's the way you grow yourself. Now, let's graduate to the point number 2. The point number 2 is that you are told that money, money is scarce. You are told that money is scarce, meaning it is not in plenty. You know, you were told, hey, money does not grow on trees, money is not out there, so the moment you get it, you hold it dear. You really have to press something back towards yourself. Don't lose it. It is true, don't lose money. That's rule number 1. 2, don't lose money. Rule number 3, don't lose money. I understand. But the point is this, don't get into the market with this mentality. Money is not, there is no money. There's no money. There's no money. And then you come with the mentality of, hey, guess what? You see, there is a difference between there not being money and you see, I always tell people there is money. Money is in plenty. Is the problem that you're having is the system that you're using to acquire it. That's the wrong one. You see, that day when you're making 300 Kenyan shillings a day, that's like $2. When you're making $2 a day, there's someone who is making $1,000. There's someone who is making 100,000. There's someone who is making $1 million. Pop. The same 24-hour system. So when you say there is money based on your own experience, are you overly talking the truth? It's like we take you and confine you in a very squeezed room, a small room in a big room, and then you say, hey, this room is so small, this house is not. So you are making judgment based on where you are. So just don't be where you are and you're making 300 in a day, 500, 1,000 bob in a day, and then you're saying there is no money in circulation. No. The system that you are using to acquire the money, because you cannot be able to make money. What you do, you attract your value that you have. You see, we are given based on our values. We are given money, or we are paid based on our own perceived value. I will ask a very simple question. If today I bring a teacher here and a doctor here, definitely who wants more money? You're right. You are that sharp, yeah? Doctor will make more money than a teacher. That means the doctor is being paid more based on the perceived value. So the less valuable you become, the less money they will pay you. And I love giving these examples. Go to any given corporate. Let's go to a bank. There is a teller who does the computer tick and whatever, and then they get something amount at the end of the day. And then there is this wonderful soul who sweeps and makes sure that then the environment is clean. Who makes more money? Obviously, that guy behind the mirror. Why? Because there is a high perceived value compared to this individual. So do not say that money is in his cars. It is not in his cars. Think about what you're doing. Think about your value. How can you add it? And that's why back then people, of which nowadays I don't think it's actually applying. Back then you used to hear that if you have an undergraduate degree, you go back to school, you get your master's, you go get another master's and whatever, you tend to increase the value, and that's the way usually you can actually go ahead and climb the ladder of what? In a corporate industry. Nowadays, I don't know whether the thing still holds. I think nowadays things are becoming quite different. But the point is this, money is not in scarce. It is the problem that you're doing, is the thing that you're doing right now is actually limiting you from achieving that great amount of money at the end of the day. So shake off that understanding. Money is in plenty. Money is in plenty. Number 3. Okay, let's go to the point number 3. Number 3 is none other than money is to be spent. That's what you think. Money is to be spent. This is a very popular understanding. Money is to be spent. What does it mean? The moment you get money, it ought to be spent. This is a thing that we should use it. The moment you get money, damn, you're supposed to use it, make yourself happy, buy yourself some things, and now, see, you're arguing from the consumer mentality. Why? Because most of you, or some of us, were brought up again from a less fortunate background. So from that point, you're like, hey, guess what? There were some of the things that you were missing. And then there is this tradition from my country. I do not know whether it applies in your country, where people say, hey, I cannot bring up my kids the way I was brought up. There were some things that I was missing, and I have to give them as much as I can. Of true, I agree. I also support that, but let not cross the emotional line. No. Let it not cross what you call the logical line to the emotional part. Because if it spills over to the emotional part, then you're likely to do some of the things that are not even appropriate. And by the time you realize it is true, you've given them the good outing, the good whatever, all those anniversaries, you celebrate all those kind of things, but you've not made them a substantive thing that they can lean on once they become old. That's a reality. One reason why you suffered is because your parents never did something for the sake of you. Probably could have inherited something. I mean, absolutely, that's for sure. So the point is this: money is not solely meant to be spent. Do not approach and approach money with a mentality of consumer, a spender, someone who gets money. Have you ever seen somebody who gets money, the only thing they think about is going to shop? They get the money, they don't even think about how they can grow it. The money does not even spend some few hours on their hands. They get it spending, they get it spending, they get it spending. That's the problem. There are people who are addicted to shopping. So the point is, do not have this perception that money ought to be spent. The moment you get it, you put it out towards somewhere where you can spend it on. Money actually, guess what happens? Money should give you freedom. Money is freedom. Freedom of what? And let me tell you one secret. Whenever we say financial freedom, do you know what is financial freedom? Financial freedom, yes, is having the money, but at the same time, the way I define financial freedom, okay? Financial freedom is the situation whereby you know you can achieve. For example, have you ever been hungry? Maybe you're in town walking somewhere and then you see somebody eating burger, you do not have cash in your pocket, and you're so much hungry, you're like, yeah. The moment I get money next time, I'm gonna buy those 10 burgers and I'm gonna eat all of them by myself. You pass somewhere and then you find they are actually doing some nyama choma. You know, that's a very popular delicacy here in Kenya. You know, it's a grilled meat, so to speak. And then you're like, damn, once I get the money, I'm gonna go ahead and buy that specific thing. I'm gonna eat by myself. You see, you're arguing from the point of scarcity, scarcity mentality. But the moment you actually get the money, the appetite goes, the cravings goes, you don't even know where it actually goes. See, the freedom, the financial freedom. Or when you see people flocking with cars and you're like, when I get the money, I'm going to buy that car. The moment you get money, you feel like, if I want that car by tomorrow early morning, I can have it. So it's not a must I get it. Now that's the financial freedom. Financial freedom is when you don't have to worry about the basic things that disturb the human beings. You are okay. You don't even think about rent. You don't even think about having your, okay, you just want to build your home. Fine, you can just wake up in the morning and you bring a contractor into your place and you boom, you have your house. It's not a thing that worries about you. That's it. Point number 4. Point number 4 is none other than having a mentality of money changes you. And this is a lot of people that people tend to think money changes you. Money changes you. Money does not change nobody. Money does not change nobody. Guess what happens? It amplifies who you are. So you have an existing character right now. Say, for example, if you have a problem with using 1,000 bob right now, if you have a problem, you cannot be able to manage 1,000 Kenyan shillings. If I give you 1,000 Kenyan shilling right now, that's like $7. Tomorrow morning, you don't have the money. Why? You drink it. You go out there, utilize it, you consume it, and then you'll be like, see, I'll start savings whenever I get 1,000 bob each and 10,000 each and every day. So, but you have a problem with 1,000 bob. Guess what happens? You're gonna have an amplified problem. See, if I give you 10 from the 1,000 bob you've been getting a day, then you're still gonna suffer from the same problems. Like changing the forest, but the monkey is still the same. You're gonna jump from one tree to the other. That's a reality, and that's why you find. If you ask this question to most of the people, there was a time you used to be paid like 10 G's a month. Right now, they pay you close to 400 G's a month, but you're still complaining about the economy. So what's happening? You're being added an amount of money, but the problem is that the more they add you money, the more you increase your expenditure and your lifestyle and all those kind of things. Why? Because you have a certain problem in your character. And this is what this is the problem that people make. The moment you start getting money, you upgrade your life immediately. There was a client who called me from Gulf, and he has a family back at home, and the guy was used to make like less than 17,000 a month, and the guy used to survive very well when he was here in Kenya with 17,000. Right now he's getting 84 G's a month. Guess what happening? He's complaining. Oh, Joseph, I don't know how I can survive. I was like, come on, you're earning 17,000 now. You're earning 84,000. You're still complaining. Now, what's the problem? I asked him, what exactly did you change back at your home? What house were you living back when you were in Kenya? I was living in a house worth this amount of money. And what happened? I migrated to this. Why did you migrate then? I don't know. You see what? You see, you're becoming more emotional than logical. That's the reality. See, upgrading your life immediately after getting the money. That is the worst thing that you can ever have. Hold still. Hold still. Build that character. Come with it from the ground. Come with it from the ground so that at least you don't get affected. Money does not change nobody. Oh, the guy got money and then he nowadays doesn't talk about people. The guy would wish to have not been talking to you back then. It's only that he was broke. Now he has the reason why not to talk to you. I mean, seriously, the guy is rude. No, he hasn't been rude today. He has been rude throughout the time. That's how he has been. That is his character. Oh, the guy, wow, he got money and he's so good. He's helping people. No. He would have wished to help people back then, but he never had the capacity. Now he's doing it. So it just amplifies who you are. It's simple as that. It does not change nobody. Does not change nobody. All right? Let's go to the last point. That's the point number 5. And I'm glad if you're still here with me, okay? That means you have the patience and you have the character of being wealthy. Let's go to the last point. The last point is none other but it buys you happiness. This is what a lot of people, buys you happiness. Happiness. This is a lot of people want them to think about. And I'm not ruling out that money does not help you in buying the happiness. No, it does, but does not do so as the way you think about it. I've seen a lot of people who have money, but they have a very distressful, they have a very much sort of stressed life and something of sort. They are not even happy or something of sort. So if you believe by virtue of you having money, by default, you'll be happy, sometimes does not apply. What happens is it's true money will help you to achieve the happiness. For example, the moment you go to sleep and you know all your bills are paid, obviously that should be one of the source of your happiness. If you go to sleep and you know you've paid all your kids' school fees, That's one of the happiness. You'll be like, ah, damn, I'm okay. If you have the money and then you'll be like, wow, there's a certain neighbor somewhere and maybe I help some people here and there. You go to sleep nicely. Hey, guess what? There was a certain shoe I wanted by myself, and guess what? Tomorrow morning, if I want it, I can buy it. That's how it does. But if you just believe you just get the money and you sit in your bank and then I'm expecting to be happy. No, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen that way. So money is when you help people. If you are that kind of an individual, is when you buy those things that can actually complement your life. Is when you actually be gratitude. The first thing that you're supposed to do the moment you get money for you to achieve the happiness is actually be an individual of gratitude. Be happy, be happy, be happy. Don't get yourself in this rat race. The moment you get money, you think about getting more and more and more, which is not bad, but you're supposed to do so with utmost wisdom. And I see a lot of people praying about getting money, but none prays about getting the wisdom. You're supposed to get the wisdom. Let wisdom accompany you getting the money. That's a reality, because things can actually get out of hand or out of control. Guess what, guys? That marks the end of my video, but don't forget one thing. Make sure that you like the video, and also comment down below and pick that number of mine from the description of this specific video so that we can have a conversation about investments and such kind of things. For now, it's a goodbye and see you in the next one.